Hi everyone, so I'm going to show you how I got this look today. It was my brother's graduation and I really wanted to try out some of the new KKW Beauty products. Starting off with primer, I used the Maybelline Pore Minimising Primer. For foundation, I'm using my Colourpop No Filter Foundation. I really like this foundation. It has really good coverage and I really like the shade range. And of course the price. So I'm just applying that with my Sigma flat top kabuki brush. For brows, I'm using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil to start outlining my brows. I love outlining my brows with this first and then I go in with a powder. So I'm just combing through my brows and then I'm taking my Sigma brow powder and I'm just using that to fill in my brows. And I use the lighter shade to fill in the inner part of my brows. To set my brows, I'm using this clear brow gel from Anastasia. It's just a mini size. To prep my eyes for the eyeshadow, I'm just going to apply a little bit of concealer and just blend that out with this brush. And then I will take a little bit of powder and just set that in place so that the eyeshadows go on really smoothly. So now for the fun part, I'm taking this KKW Beauty Classic Blossom palette and I'm going in with this first shade. This is like a warm toned kind of light brown shade. I'm just applying that to my crease as my transition color. This palette does have mostly like berry tones and more purpley colors, but I didn't really want to go for that look today, so I'm trying to stick to like neutral browns, which there are still a couple in this palette. So I went in with that bronzy shade and I just applied that to my outer V area. So this is a shimmery shade, but when I applied it with this brush, it didn't look that shimmery, which I kind of liked because I didn't want to go for like a super shimmery look. And then I just went back in with my fluffy brush just to make sure everything was blended. So for my lid color, I took this really pretty bronzy color. This color was so pigmented and like smooth. It was like so buttery to apply onto the eyes. I was so impressed with this color. It's like my favorite color from the palette. So then I went in with this light pinky color and I just applied that to my inner corners just to brighten up the look a little bit. With a tiny bit of this dark purple shade, I applied this to my outer V area just to darken the look up slightly. I know this is purple and I didn't really want to go for that like purple look, but it blended in really well with the eyeshadows, so I really liked the way it looked. For mascara, I'm using the Loreal Voluminous mascara. This is like one of my favorite mascaras. So I just coated my upper lashes and then I just applied some lashes. These are the Ardell Wispies. For concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light. I'm just going to use that to conceal and brighten up my face. So first I'm applying that under my eyes. I'm applying a good amount of this because I really love the way this like brightens the under eye area and it just blends out like so smoothly. I love this concealer. So I'm just going to blend that out with a damp beauty blender. And then to set that concealer, I'm going to take my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and this is a really good powder as well. I really love this for like setting the face. It doesn't add any color to the skin, but it sets the face really well, and I love this as a touch-up powder. So moving on to bronzer, I'm going to use my Benefit Hoola bronzer. And I'm just going to use this on a fluffy brush just to like warm up and bronze up my whole face. I'm using this Modelsprefer Blush. I'm not sure of the name, I'll leave it listed down below, of course. So to highlight, I'm using my Wet n Wild Megaglow Highlighter. This is such a pretty highlighter. Just use like a light hand when applying this because it's really pigmented. So I'm just using that to highlight the high points of my face, so my cheekbones, my brow bone, down the bridge of my nose, and Cupid's bow. And I'm also applying a little bit of that to my tear duct area. So moving on to my lower lash line, I'm just going to apply the first two brown shades that are used in the crease just on a pencil brush, and then I'll go in and coat my bottom lashes with mascara. You can't miss this step. I feel like it just brings the whole look together. So I'm going to finish off my makeup with MAC Fix Plus. Okay, so moving on to lips, I'm using this KKW Beauty lip liner and it's in the shade number 3. So now going in with this lipstick in the shade number 3. This is a bright pink and the formula is like really creamy. It almost looks glossy on the lips, which I didn't really like because I knew it was going to get on my teeth, which it did. I usually like to wear a matte liquid lipstick or like something that dries down a little bit more when I'm wearing a brighter color, which I hardly ever do because it just doesn't get in your teeth and it doesn't transfer as much that way. I would compare this to like a Maybelline lipstick just because of the finish. So if you do like a really creamy, comfortable formula on the lips, then try these out. But I don't know, it's just the formula was not my favorite. And I will say, when I tried to take this off, it stained my lips and I couldn't get it off for a couple of hours. So I think I'll just stick to my nudes. This is the completed look. I really hope you enjoyed watching and I will talk to you very soon.